And this, my friends, is how we are starting out Friday morning. More zucchini. What?
Seaboy's TV is going to be in Eagle River tomorrow.
Seaboy's TV is going to be in Eagle River tomorrow. What does that mean?
They're famous YouTubers from Minnesota that I watch. They're going to be in Eagle River at the...
He lives with a famous YouTuber, and he's telling me that famous YouTubers are going to be in Eagle River? Seriously?
Oh, okay, whoa. They got like...
Yeah, I think they're way more famous.
They got like 800,000. You got like almost 30 or something like that.
All right, well, anyway, that was not expected how I was going to start it out. But anyway, good morning. I'm Jennifer. This is A Country Life. And yeah, I cannot keep up with the zucchini. And I just realized, yes, I still have wet hair too. And I also realized that what, you're going to eat that whole thing? I don't think so. And apparently, really exciting things are happening for other YouTubers in the world. All right, so what we're going to do here this morning, we're getting a little bit of a later start because I wanted to take a shower this morning. And I told the kids, I said, you know what, just go play. That is totally fine. I want to shower and just take a moment to get myself ready here today. And so it's 9:25 instead of 8:30, which is when we normally start school. Have you started school, Sam?
Yes.
Oh, that's a nice thing to hear. Okay, so I'm gonna call in for Joseph and Peter and Maria. And oh yeah, Joe is on a timeout, isn't he? Joseph?
Under laundry.
I think he fell asleep on a timeout. So he's been into this thing where he says never. So if you say, Joe, it's time to brush your teeth, he hollers never. And if you say, Joe, it's time for you to collect the dirty laundry baskets, he goes never. So I said, I'm going to start putting you on timeouts every time you holler never to me. So yes, that is what's happening here. All right. There they are. Are you ready to start school, Joe?
No,
I can't hear you.
He wants to play with toys.
Oh, he wants to play with toys. Thank you. So we have a lot to get done today. I want to dump out our potatoes, our bucket potatoes for you guys. Well, and for me. I want to do it. But I know that I started way back in May showing you that process of doing that. And I thought, I bet you guys would like to see that too. So we are going to dump... I think I need to oil the patio door. We are going to dump out the buckets of potatoes today.
What is that? It's a raspberry. It's a roseberry. What?
So I think I got cut off back when I was just about to show you guys my giant laundry pile again. So I have lots of laundry to fold. There's just a lot of things that I want to get done today. I also would like to go down and pick more tomatoes. I like to pick them when they're not totally ripe and then put them in like drying racks, put them in the garage and just kind of let them ripen up the rest of the way so I can keep an eye on them. I'd also like to make a little bit of spaghetti sauce. Whoops, sorry for the crooked camera there. I did pick up one of these pouches of Mrs. Wage's, it's either called spaghetti sauce or tomato sauce or something, and I thought I would give that a try. I've never used it before. I thought one batch, it makes like 5 pints, so I thought I would give that a try. And other than that, yeah, so we're just kind of working in school. Joe. Come on.
There's pumpkin.
Come say hi to everybody on the camera.
Hi.
No, I want you. I want Easter baskets. So we just finished reading our George Washington book that we're working through, and I like to read to them every morning for 30 minutes. Kind of gets everybody, kind of gathers everybody into one spot, gets them sort of in the mindset of having to do some school. Yes. Yep, so Joe is looking at a photo album. Okay, that's good, that's good. And that's one of the things that they do when I'm reading to them. I either make up like coloring packets for them, kind of with things that would be pertinent to the story. I think I showed you those in another video, like the ones we did for George Washington. They also love to bring out the photo albums and just sit and look at those. So just kind of things just sort of things to keep their little hands occupied and listening to the story. Okay, so we're going to do all about reading right now. I've done lots of videos in the past, like a couple years ago already, about how I use all about reading. We're still using it. We don't use I use all about spelling in theory. We don't always get to it so much. But yeah, so I'm going to work through all about reading here with Joe right now and have him read some words and then read a couple stories. Are you fixing my hair for me?
No, I love him more.
You gotta read.
I love him more.
I love you more. Now read.
I love you more.
Joe, read.
Yes, sir, man.
Read.
I did. And I read it.
You only read the first word. You read the word if, but you have to keep reading.
Read it.
Well, it definitely is not warming up here at all today. It's just like 59 degrees right now. I thought it was supposed to be a little bit warmer today, but I guess not. The kids ran outside to go play for a little bit. Just the little kids, you know. And I'm just going to get some things ready here for lunch. So it is Friday, and I really want to just use up all of the leftover things we have. So let me just kind of show you what's going down for lunch today. I do have about a half a bag of chips in the pantry, so I have some salsa for that. We have some applesauce here. There's just about a couple tablespoons of cottage cheese, some cheese sticks, 2 forms of lettuce. I have some shredded and some wedges here for making some salads. What's in here? Okay, in here I have a little bit of instant mashed potatoes. This is a salad that I put together. It's a broccoli salad, and it has like kidney beans, tomatoes, things like that in it. I have a little bit of taco meat here, so I think someone will probably put together the taco meat, the salsa, and the chips to make like nachos or something. I do have a little bit of macaroni and cheese. What is in here? It's hard to do one-handed. Some skillet corn from the other night. I have a little bit of this Alfredo tortellini soup left, just a little tiny bit. That was super good if you like tortellini. Warren said it would be a complete 5 if we took the tortellini out and just doubled up the chicken. And then I have some rice here that we're going to warm up, and I also have some pasta. So we have plenty of options here. I have a little bit of pasta there from last night's supper. I do have some meatballs and spaghetti sauce here, so I'm warming that. And I did have another box of this, so I put that in as well. We have 8 of us eating lunch here today. It is chilly. I don't think people have been having too much for snacks, so I'm kind of hoping we can polish most of this off. Joseph, those are not your shoes. Okay. Those are Amber's. You need to go to the house and you need to put those away.
Look at someone.
I know. Go to the house and get your own shoes.
That's what I got in one of my minnow traps.
Let's see what you got. Oh, look at that big frog.
Dad, I got this in my minnow trap.
Nice.
And I got one in my trap down there.
So yesterday Warren came out and he put up a new flagpole. So we got a police flag here. I don't know if everybody knows, but our oldest son is a police officer, and so we wanted to put up the police flag. It was kind of a moment because I didn't know he was doing it. And he's like, so I already found a spot and I put it up, and I'm like, are you sure you did it the way I wanted it?
Yep.
But it was good. It's good. I like it. It's just a super breezy day again. We're going to walk down and get the mail right now. But I just thought I'd see if you had anything you wanted to share today.
Oh, I'm kind of tired. Watched Frost last night. So, yeah.
Okay, we got to knock down some of this stinging nettle here. Alrighty, so this is the state of the potatoes. Yes, the weeds really grew up through the pallets here. But what I'm going to do So I just want to grab one of these pails. Actually, I don't know how heavy they are. Do you want to grab one?
All right.
Let me see.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I can lift them.
You want me to dump the first one? You want it right here, or where do you want it? Over here?
I kind of thought we would dump them maybe out there. All right, so here we go. Well, what do we got?
Here's one. Found one. Will we just put them in there?
Yeah,
They're kind of small.
they are pretty little, aren't they?
That would be good deep fried right there.
And that's it, huh?
Can I bring another bucket?
Whoop.
There's one. Tell you what, that's the easiest potato digging I've ever done.
Yeah, through that little area right there. Awesome. Well, look at that. I mean,
There's the start.
that's not a whole lot considering I actually planted 3 seed potatoes in there.
Well, the one seed potato rotted. Right here.
Oh, yep.
See,
Yep,
that
okay.
one rotted. So
Okay, so that
I mean,
was
it is what it is.
right.
Here we go. What else we got? Here's another rotten seed potato right there.
Okay.
Potatoes! Here's one.
You're gonna have to move on.
Look at this tiny one. So small.
What is that? Here's a little one. There's some worms. Peter, you want to go fishing?
Let's feed it to the chicken.
You want to collect
Feed
worms
'em
for
to the
fishing?
chicken. Here's another one. These are cheap. No.
No? Alright. Chickens are going to eat.
Oh boy.
They don't even let it hit the ground.
I know they don't.
Here's a potato.
Alright, I got to get back to work. I'll let you guys. There's one right there.
Nope, that's a rock.
No.
Oh, that little teeny one right there. Yep.
Are these good?
Yeah, throw them in there. We'll let the
Lock them up and cook them up.
right there.
I will give the chickens just a bit.
Okay, just go through it a little bit. No, that looks like a rock. All right. Well, I thought that I was hoping we would get definitely much more than that, but let's keep going and see what we get. Well, this was a little bit of a disappointment. Fun to do, I have to say, but for what we actually planted in the beginning, I would not say that we got a whole lot of yield. Some of the plants only had 2 tiny little ones like that size, and that would be it. But you know what? We'll still eat these. I'm going to let these dry. I'm going to set them out where they can get a little more breeze here today. We are supposed to get some rain tonight, so what I'm hoping is I can get these to kind of dry, sift them a little bit here today to let the dirt get through. Then I will just store these in the shed on and off until they cure. So for curing, I really want them to, their skins to kind of toughen up, and you know, all the dirt to fall off. I kind of want them so that when you brush your hand over them, you don't nick the skins. Right now, if I brushed my hand over these, we would nick the skins all up. So that's it. Like I said, definitely a disappointment for us. We were hoping for a whole lot more potatoes than that, but it was a fun project nonetheless.
See me?
Yes, I can see you. Yep.
Cutting down this tree here.
Oh, okay. Is it a dead tree?
Yeah.
Good. We got little George Washington over there. Okay, so we're just rinsing out the pails here. I want them to dry out so we can stack these all up for the winter. Okay, I'll get that one.
It's so cool. Like, if you walk in the water, it's so cool.
Get this one a little more.
Are they like cows?
Yeah, they. All right, just drop the potatoes off over here so that they had a little bit better area for drying. And depending on what time it is when I get in the house, I'm either going to, well, I have to do both of these things, but we'll see which one actually happens. I have to work up some of these tomatoes, and I also have to correct schoolwork with Sam. We have actually last week's work and now this week's work to correct. So let me get my shoes off, get my like house shoes on. But you guys know what that's all about. If you don't wear shoes in the house, sometimes your feet and legs start to ache a little bit. So yeah, I try to always keep just one good pair of like tennies, some sort of athletic shoe or whatever. Right now I have these. I just bought these at Shoe Sensation about a week ago. They were on clearance for 30 bucks. So I was happy to have found those. And I've been keeping them as my inside shoes, which, if I'm being completely honest here, is a pain in the butt. Because when you go outside, you gotta put on your outside shoes. And then when you come back in, you gotta put on your inside shoes. So it just takes another minute, and sometimes I'm impatient that way. Okay, it's only 2 o'clock. That's awesome. Awesome, awesome. Only 2 o'clock. Let's check that clock. Yeah, 2 o'clock. Okay, so I'm going to use my time as wisely as I can. So I'm getting out my new pot. This actually came from Walmart for 20 bucks. It's a nice little set so far anyway. I'm going to get water boiling in here so that I can put my tomatoes in to slip the skins off. That's what the recipe says to do, so I'm actually going to follow the recipe this time. So I'm going to get started here on this tomato sauce. I can't remember if I showed you this morning. This is what I'm using. So it's Mrs. Wages. It says create pasta sauce. I've never used this before, but I just thought it would be worth a try. Even though when I did the Mrs. Wages pickles, that was horrible, horrible. Okay, but we're going to give this a try. So it takes 6 pounds of fresh tomatoes. I have just a little bit over 6 pounds. If I go down there, let's see, about 6.5 pounds. But I have a couple that have some soft spots that I want to cut off. So I thought that that would be just about right. I do need to yield about 10 cups. All right, I'm just going to slip the skins off. Let's see if I can, they're a little hot right now. I'm going to have to wait a second, but I'm just going to slip these skins off here. See, just like that. And then I'm going to get these chopped up and into the blender. In this pot then I have the tomatoes, I have a 1/4 cup of sugar, and the pouch of Mrs. Wages pasta sauce seasonings. And this just needs to come to a boil and then simmer for 25 minutes, which is going to be just about right because we have to leave at 4:30. So I will not actually get this canned today. Maybe later tonight I will. But we are going to be taking Warren's brother out for supper tonight. It is his birthday tomorrow, and so we're going to be doing that. In the meantime, though, while I wait for this to boil, and then while it simmers, or is it supposed to boil 25 minutes? No. So then as I wait for this to boil and then it simmers for 25 minutes, I'm going to put together some cheesy potatoes with ham, because Emily and I had done our big freezer meal prep on Wednesday. Today's Friday, and we did not get to doing the potatoes and ham. So I'm going to put those together right now. This is an enormous pack of potatoes, so I'm just going to keep mixing up, making as many casseroles as I possibly can for the ingredients I have. Good morning, everybody. Yesterday ended on kind of a rough note because, you know, I had started doing the spaghetti sauce and doing those cheesy potatoes with ham kind of in like the last 55 minutes before we had to be out the door, and the house just kind of escalated. I was stressed trying to get that done in that short amount of time. I was trying to get the kids to clean up because they had a lot of toys. Sam was asking me for some help with some of his homeschool work, and you know, it was kind of beyond the time of the day that I'm happy to be helping with that kind of thing. So it was just a little bit of a rougher early evening. We made it to visit Warren's brother, my brother-in-law. We had a great visit with him and took him out for his birthday, and it was just a great time, and we made it home and everything was good. Okay, so here we are. It's Saturday. It's now 11:45. Sam just brought the tomato sauce in, the spaghetti sauce in. I tasted it. It is really, really good. I was really pleasantly surprised because, as you know, I did use the Mrs. Wages recipe for the pickles, which I also heard from some of you is just horribly salty, and I would agree. Thanks for the pointers, though. I have a lot of good ideas of what I'm going to do with those pickles now. Warren and I did get a laugh. I will say, whoa, what's happening there? Okay, I will say that to whoever mentioned dehydrating the pickles and grinding them up and using them as celery salt in Bloody Marys, we did get a laugh out of that one, because we're like, boy, we would be having we're not even Bloody Mary fans, but if we were, I think we could have probably a dozen Bloody Marys a day for a year, and we still would have enough of the pickle salt left over. Okay, anyway, thanks for those tips. Maria has to ask me something. Yes, sweetheart?
Me and Peter are gonna go with Dad to check the marsh and try to find those 2 deer. And then after that, I might go with Peter and Dad to go chipmunk or squirrel hunting.
To go squirrel hunting? Okay, sounds good. I just want to pop in here quick. For any of you that might be new to my channel, I'd love it if you subscribed. Even more so, though, if you want to leave a comment, you're going to have to go over to the community tab, and that is where you'll see a picture. You'll see pictures over there and little write-ups from me, and then you can leave comments at that spot. YouTube has my comments permanently disabled. It's nothing that I have done or nothing I can undo. So I just wanted to point that out to you guys. So if you are new, that's where you can comment or chat with me. We'll see you there. So anyway, what I'm just trying to tell you is I'm pleasantly surprised by this Mrs. Wages pasta sauce. I would say it's a bit salty, not too salty, but the flavor, the herbs in here is really, really tasty. I was very pleasantly surprised by that. And it did yield 2 quarts with a little bit left over, so not a whole lot, but you know, it was enough to try it for the first time. And I do think, I will say to you though, that if you are going to try this at all, maybe when you serve it, you might want to serve it with just like ground meat, you know, ground venison, ground beef, rather than meatballs that are already seasoned. Then I think that the seasoning would be just right, the amount of salt. Anyway, I have to get these going in my water bath canner for 40 minutes. I'm not going to do anything with this yet. I'm going to just put that in the fridge, think about what I want to do with that little bit, because I surely don't want to can that up at this point. It sort of tastes like a marinara sauce that you could dip like mozzarella sticks in, so if I happen to have that, that would have been really tasty too. Okay, so I'm going to get moving on getting my canner going, and then Also yesterday, I did put in a beef roast. That doesn't look overly appetizing being cold right now, but I had it going for about 6 hours, and now I have it on low again, and I'm going to have it go all day until supper time. This is what we kind of refer to as Bill's Hot Beef, and that is a restaurant in Stevens Point, and they have, from what I understand, they use pickle juice as like part of the seasoning, and so that's what I did. I just have a quart jar of the pickle juice in here along with the dill and everything. I just kind of save that from when we have pickles. I poured it over, cooking that down. Later we will serve that beef. I'll kind of take it off the bone. That was a pot roast that I put in there. I'll take that meat off the bone, and then we'll serve it with I think I'm going to saute up some peppers and onions, and we'll serve it on buns with provolone cheese. Sort of a Philly cheesesteak-ish kind of a thing. Hot beef, whatever you want to call it. That's what's going to be for supper. It's really rainy today. Is it raining right now? I think it actually did just stop raining, but otherwise it's been raining since the middle of the night. Yeah, and I'm just going to continue working on tomatoes today. So I really wanted to bring this spaghetti sauce project full circle for you guys. So here it is. It's all canned up. Tap, 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 tap. I do have to let these sit for 24 hours, and then I will label those and put those onto my pantry shelves. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and you guys have a beautiful day, and as always, we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.